Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right but still feel disconnected? Like you've achieved the goals, met the deadlines, said all the right things, and yet something inside you still whispers, "This isn't it." What if the missing piece isn't something to chase, but something ancient inside you, waiting to be remembered? Today we're unlocking the deeper truth behind divine feminine energy, not the aesthetic, not just softness or surrender, but the powerful, intelligent, creative life force you were born with, and how embodying it can finally reconnect you to your purpose, your power, and your peace. And later in this video, I'm going to tell you why most women accidentally block this energy without even knowing it, even when they're trying to be feminine. So stay with me, because this is going to shift something inside you. Let's begin. The divine feminine isn't about wearing flowy dresses, lighting candles, or being soft 24/7. It's an energy, a sacred intelligence, found in all living things. In nature, it's the darkness of the soil that births life. In your body, it's your intuition, your creativity, your emotional depth. In ancient traditions, from Hinduism's Shakti to Sophia in Gnostic Christianity, this feminine force was revered as the origin of all life, wisdom, and transformation. But in modern culture, we've confused femininity with performance. Being agreeable, being desirable, being productive but never too much. And in that performance, we've silenced our sacred essence. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, wrote about the anima, the feminine principle in the human psyche that offers insight, emotion, and intuition. To repress it is to cut ourselves off from wholeness. You don't become the divine feminine. You remember her. We live in a world that praises masculine energy, achievement, logic, independence, doing. And while these are beautiful and needed qualities, many women are taught to live only from this mode, always pushing, always proving, always perfecting. But here's the science. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Behavioral Science found that chronic stress in high-achieving women is directly linked to burnout, emotional numbness, and a sense of spiritual disconnection. Why? Because when we neglect the feminine, the part of us that feels, receives, rests, we become machines, instead of the wild, creative, feeling beings we were born to be. So if you feel exhausted from doing everything right, it's not that you're broken. It's that you've been living in a system that rewards disconnection, and your body is begging you to come home. Here's how to reclaim and embody your divine feminine. 1. Slow down to tune in. The feminine doesn't shout. She whispers. And if your life is too loud, you won't hear her. Create space for stillness, not as a luxury, as a necessity. Meditate. Walk in nature. Take intentional pauses. You don't need more stimulation. You need reconnection. 2. Feel what you've been avoiding. Divine feminine energy is emotional energy. It doesn't suppress, it flows. Let yourself cry, scream, write. Your emotions are not weakness, they are wisdom. Psychologist Dr. Bessel van der Kolk reminds us in The Body Keeps the Score that unprocessed emotions get trapped in the body, and expressing them is how we reclaim freedom. 3. Reconnect with your body. The feminine is sensual, not sexualized, but sensual. She lives in the senses. Take a bath, breathe deeply, move without a mirror. Stop asking how you look and start asking how you feel. 4. Create without a purpose. Sing, dance, paint, write. Not for profit, but for pleasure. The feminine creates not because she has to, but because creation is who she is. 5. Practice receiving. This might be the hardest, because we've been trained to be independent to the point of isolation. But receiving, help, love, praise, is a divine feminine act. It's not weak, it's wise. Remember at the beginning, I promised to share why most women unknowingly block their feminine energy? Here it is. We confuse survival with power. We think being constantly productive means we're valuable. We think being nice makes us lovable. We think being independent means we're strong. But real power, the kind that transforms your life, comes from authenticity, not performance. And the divine feminine is the part of you that refuses to be a performance. She is your truth. When you ignore her, you betray yourself. When you embody her, you set yourself free. When you reclaim your divine feminine energy, life begins to feel magical again. You stop chasing validation. You stop overgiving. You stop betraying your boundaries for crumbs of affection. Instead, you start magnetizing. Opportunities come to you. People feel drawn to your grounded presence. You stop managing your life and start dancing with it. This isn't just spiritual, it's psychological. When you integrate your feminine energy, you access your parasympathetic nervous system, the calm, receptive state where your body heals, your mind clears, and your intuition sharpens. You finally start living with life, instead of against yourself. If you've made it this far, it's because something inside you already knows. You are not here to shrink into roles. You are here to return to your essence, to become the sacred, sovereign woman you were always meant to be. If this touched something in your heart, subscribe and join this sisterhood. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which part of your feminine energy are you ready to reclaim? Share this with a sister who's been forgetting her power. Thank you for being here with me in Sacred Flame Sisterhood. May you walk softer, deeper, and freer than ever before.